this is Cassie from Created by Cassie. Today we are going to look at the Yuletide Village and the, this falling snow stamp sets. These are both beautiful stamp sets. There's only stamp sets, there's no dies that come with them, but they're just beautiful. It does require a little bit of coloring, but we'll get into that. I first want to say hello, see how you guys are doing. Hi Amy, how are you? All right, I'm going to switch to my November inspiration. So the registration is now open. It is open until the 15th of this month. The box will include half a pack of the Utterly Adorable DSP, a full pack of the Riverside Pearls, a full bolt of Lost Lagoon Courting. You'll get 8 cards and 2 non-card projects, and you will have leftover product to make plenty more. And you will also receive a special pillow gift from me and a beautiful charm that you can use to put on around your space to kind of zhuzh it up. Put them on your scissors or a pen, or just hang them around on a cork board. And they will be different each month, so you can collect them. And once you get 4 months in a row, you will I will have a special one on your 5th month in a row. All right. Now let's see. So let me go to here. So what we're going to do today, this is the card that we will be making today. It is the Yuletide Village and the falling snow. Let's see if it's a little bit bright. If I can turn this down a little. Oops, wrong one. It's a little bit better. All right. Oh, hey, Annabelle. How are you? Oh, nice. It worked. I'm good. Okay, good. It's my first time being on YouTube Live, too. I tried to do Instagram, too, so we'll see if that worked. But this is the card for today. Let's see. I have to figure out my lighting here. But if you can see in the background, there are a bunch of snowflakes. That's the falling snowflake stamp set. And then all these houses and the trees are from the Yuletide Village. And this is from the Christmas Labels bundle. This is just such a fun card. I made this with my team one evening, and we really enjoyed making it. They said it's a little bit hard, but we'll see. And then on the inside, I just put the Christmas tree and I colored it in. And our envelope is the same. So let's go over the bundles or the stamp sets really quick. So this is the Yuletide Village. It is a stamp set only. It has these 4 different buildings. There's like a church and 3 homes. There is a tree, an outdoor tree. There's also a little tiny tree here. You get a little bit of garland. These are snowdrops. And then if you want to do like a wall with brick, you can do that with this. Today we're going to use this stamp, and the tree. And this one. We're going to use 4 of them. And it is just a stamp set. Oh, I have my extra pieces in here. And you can tell I've used it. I really have enjoyed this set, or this stamp set. So that is the Yuletide Village, and then our falling snow is one of our big stamps that we have. You can see it's got a whole lot of pretty snow coming down. It is a red rubber, and it's big. And it goes this way when you stamp it to go down from more to less. and it is just such a pretty stamp. It is a little bit of a learning curve. I did have to work with it the first time, but it's beautiful. And then once again, you can see it on the card back here, how pretty it makes it. For this, you will need, let's go over our supplies. So we have our envelope that we will decorate. We have our Christmas label. We will also be using the Christmas labels, which one is it? It's the Peace on Earth stamp. You will have a top piece where we're going to do the 4 trees. So it's 3 by 3 3/4. It's basically just a piece of scrap. Then you're going to have 3 pieces of 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to be your front piece. This is going to be the inside of the card that we have the tree on. And then this is going to be the one with the churches and the house on it. And then we're going to have our layering piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And our card base, this is Smoky Slate, and this one was Lost Lagoon. And I prefer the orientation to be the long ways like this. So I cut it at 4.5 by 11, and I scored it at 5.5. You can also do it where it opens this way. I chose to do it this way. All right, so let's start with our front here. So I'm going to get my stamp over here. Hey Jen, how are you? You might remember this this card from our team meeting. So I have this huge block here, and I'm just going to stick this close to the edge here so that I just know where, when I place it down, where, because if you can see, it goes all the way to the side here where it's got extra space right here. So we want to make sure we know this is directly on the side so we know where to place it. So let me get my scrap paper here. And we can take off our little label there. Put this over here. And the way that I do this, I'm going to do this with Lost Lagoon ink. I open it up, and I actually take it and I have the stamp setting up, and I just tap it across the whole stamp. Very gently. You don't want it too much on the side. And I just kind of go a couple of times. I don't want to get my sleeve in there. It's a little chilly today. All right. So I'm going to close that before I make any more of a mess. And I prefer to do it where I have it kind of to the side so that I can see the whole side. You can also do it straight, however it works best for you. Hey Amy, how are you? Yeah, we have 2 Amy's. We have Amy Warner and Amy Franklin, both on our team. All right, so what I'm going to do, and you don't need to go all the way to the bottom because we're going to be adding layers. You can if you want. I'm just going to try to line this up close to the side. I'm going to press down. I like to leave it for a second to make sure, since there's all kinds of tiny little flakes there. All right. And if you can see, we now have our snowflakes. And they're so pretty. I love them so much. The stamp is just beautiful. All right, so we're going to put this over here. And next what we're going to do is we're going to do our church and the house. And I actually already have one colored in, so I will show that. I have all kinds of stuff over here. There they are. Oh, maybe not. Here they are. All right. So for this one, this is what we're working with. This is what we're aiming for. So I can take this piece off, I think. I don't usually stamp off on that. I do need my piercing mat though, because these are a photopolymer and it doesn't have the red rubber cushion. So this is what we're going for. I'll just leave it right here so you can kind of get an idea. And I'm just going to use black pimento ink. And I'm going to take our Yuletide Village, and the first one I want to do is actually this house over here. I want to know how far up to put the house, so that, or how far up I want the house so that I know where to put the church there. I'm going to get this a little bit bigger one. And let's see, pull this off here. Stick that over there. Alright, so we're going to do this house right here. It's the double house. I guess it's got two parts to the house, I guess. So I'm just going to stick this right here. Pull this over here. And you can switch this to make it landscape if you want. I just had chosen to do it portrait. Hey Debbie, how are you? Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I thought I would come on today and tomorrow, kind of get some cards going here. So I'm just going to take the edge right here of the stamp where it comes off like the snow. I'm going to put that as close to this edge as I possibly can without going off. We just kind of want it to, there we go, have a little end point. If you can see with this one here, there's an end point here. All right, let's put this here. So we have this house. How pretty. I just love the way these houses come out. And I know if you don't like coloring, this might not be the one for you, but I actually really enjoy coloring. So I saw this set and I was like, I have to have that immediately. So I did it on my first pre-order because I just loved it. Now this is our church, and I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see. And I just do little taps, get the ink on here. And I'm just going to put this one slightly lower, and I tend to stamp on crooked. It's just easier for me to see everything. I also want this edge to be at the edge of the paper here. So I'm just going to line it up so I have the point where I want it within this distance here, but having the edge of the stamp on the edge of the paper. So let's see. Let's go about here. Stamp it down, put a little bit of pressure. Perfect. Oh, they're so pretty. All right, put this one back. And at this point, we would color. I used, let's see, this is Lost Lagoon for the church. I did Smoky Slate for the doors and the house here, and this is Shaded Spruce. I think this is the lighter Daffodil Delight, and a little bit of Pool Party. I don't know if you can tell, but on down here and on the top there, I don't think it's going to show. I kind of outlined just a touch with Pool Party, which is like a light blue, just to kind of give it a little bit of a snowy look. So once we have this piece and we've colored everything in, what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper snips. Oh, actually, let's close our ink. I do that all the time, and then I stick my hand in it. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to, hey, Carol, we're going to cut this back piece off. So we're going to have two pieces. This is the very front piece here, but there's also, I don't know if you can tell, there's a back here, which is our snow. Then we have this one right here, which is the house and the church. And then we have a third layer that has the house with the trees. So we're working on this one, and we're just going to cut around this edge. Made it, oh yes, yeah, we have the air show going on here, and it's loud. All right, so I'm just going to cut very loosely, and the way I cut is I let the paper move, keep the scissors where they are, and just let the paper move. And you don't have to get super close because our background is white. It does have the snowflakes, but it'll blend into the background. So, what have you guys been up to today? I've just been crafting and cleaning up a little bit my craft room here. I've been reorganizing, trying to get my setup here the way that I like it. I'm not sure about it yet. I just changed it right before this live. I just cut this piece off. There we go. So we'll see. I'm hoping it went live on all 3 platforms, but I will check it out. Yeah, I hear another plane out there. Let's see. These are new paper snips, so I'm kind of still getting used to how sharp they are. Yeah, we always are reorganizing. We get more stuff, and then, you know, from pre-orders and everything, and then it's like, oh man, what am I going to do with the rest of my stuff? Yeah, it's a lot. I did declutter a little bit, but I was able to, if you can see back here, I made my new sign. I might have to lower it a little bit, but it's super cute. I just had my logo printed out, and just cutting that little piece off. And I put it back there on some wrapping paper. They're really low, flying over here. I know, was it last week? I couldn't figure out why there were all these helicopters flying really low, like really low. And I was talking to Jen, and she's like, oh yeah, that's the air show. They're practicing for the air show. I was like, oh man. One thing, I don't mind living by the airport, but it gets loud. All right, so it's easier to see here. So here, all we did was we cut out around the top portion. We want this bottom portion here, because when we put this bottom piece here on, it's going to line up down here, and we're not going to see that back piece. It's all going to seamlessly go in together. And our next step is for me to find my pieces over here. There we go. All right. So it's going to be this 3 3/4, 3 by 3 3/4. And for this one, what we're going to do, I'm going to do a little. Oh, good. I am. Yeah, Aaron actually is watching me on YouTube. Aaron and Annabelle. All right, so I'm going to stick this to the side before I mess it up. Let's just stick it right here. All right, so what we're going to create now is this piece here. We're also going to cut around, but we just want to stamp everything first. So what I did was I stamped the house, which is the one, like the smaller of the houses. Stick this here. I'm going to open my memento again. Put my paper crooked and put some memento on here. And once again, I'm going to put it as close to the side as I can. Let's see, I'm going to go a little bit down. Put some pressure. Beautiful. One thing I love about this stamp set, it gives you such crisp and smooth lines. Sometimes I get stamp sets, and they aren't as smooth as this, and I just love the smoothness of the way that this one works. Let me get a tiny block here. There we go. I can kind of control it a little bit better on a smaller block. All right, so now we're going to do our 3 trees. This one we're going to do a masking technique, because if you can see, it's split. There's no point on this one as there is right here. So we're going to mask this piece so we can stick that guy back there. So what I'm going to do first is stamp, let's put this back up here. I'm going to stamp my tree off to the side here. All right. I'm going to kind of go a little bit low. There we go. Then I'm going to take one of these trees that I cut out. All I did was I stamped it and then cut it out as close to the outline as I could. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fit this so that it is directly over top of this tree here. And I just have some Post-it tape. Let's see if I can get this on here. Sometimes they're a little tricky. There we go. And I'm going to take my tree again. Yeah, you can do that over your photopolymer stamps. I just always worry I'm going to mess up the stamp. But I have heard that that works. So what I'm going to do here is, if you can tell, I've already used this one. I'm going to stamp over top of this piece that I placed here, the mask. And it's going to, let me do a little bit different height. All right, let's see if I can get this. All right, so you see it's stamped on here, and then when we take this off, it actually stamped it so that you don't see the point there. So it looks like this tree is in front and this tree is in back. It's a really cool technique. There's also actual masking paper that it's like a sticky paper. I just happened to use this when I did it. I couldn't figure out what I did with the masking paper. Yeah, you need a light touch with it. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to stamp one more tree like we have here. It's a little bit closer to the house. And I still want it to be a little bit different in height. Let's see, let's go like that. Nice. Went a little bit over, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna cap this up. Put this back over here. So now we have our bottom piece, which is this piece here. So to color it, I basically use the same colors. Shaded Spruce, I did the door in Lost Lagoon, Daffodil Delight, I think it was the lighter for the windows, and then the Smoky Slate for the house, and then Balmy Blue, not Balmy, Pool Party to go around, just to give it a little bit of color. So this one's colored, so we will cut this one so you don't have to sit and watch me color. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm just going to cut around as best I can. The background is white, so you wouldn't, it's not going to really make a difference if it's not close. Let's see. What have you guys been up to today? I know Carol went to the store. What have the rest of you guys done? Yeah, I hear the booms out there. Thankfully, I think my dog Dublin does not like it, and I think he's tired enough from earlier that he's not hearing it. But yesterday, whew, he was not happy. And it was loud. It was actually shaking the house. Let's see. Get this here. I'm just going to cut this around here. Let's see. This is probably, honestly, the hardest part is cutting around everything. Oh, cool, your online card class. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to watch your live tonight, Jen. You always have such fun things to create. I was actually working with the bundle you used last weekend. I forgot what it's called. The plant one. The tree. I forget what it's called. Golden Greenery. Golden Greenery. That's the one. I was playing with that to see if I could get my card for tomorrow made. Because tomorrow's theme is holiday. Today we're doing a winter card. Tomorrow we're going to do a holiday. All right. So that's what it's going to look like when it pops out, or when you're done cutting it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was the week before. Getting my weeks confused. All right, so we have our two pieces here. The way this works is we're just sticking this right over top. So let's get our pieces here. This is our card base. I'll move some of this. This is our inside. This is our, where did it go? There it is. These two. Season of Green and Gold. Yeah, that's the, I think that's similar to the greenery one. All right, so we have our first layer here that's going to go right on top of our background, or on our card base. And all I'm going to do is glue our background with the snowflakes onto our first layer here. See. I think this is still the glue that has the bigger hole that I did last week by accident. Alright, so I'm just going to stick it here, get it centered on each side, the left, the bottom, and the right. Once I get that to where it looks even, I'm just going to hold it and place it down and then press. That's the best technique I can give you for getting it even on all sides, because that could be a challenge. I know when I first started, I never had it correct, or, even. All right, so now we're actually going to put our bigger piece on first. We are going to want to take the bottom and line it up with our bottom here on our white piece. Like that. We're going to use dimensionals. Use some of these. And for this back piece, I actually put quite a few because I wanted to make sure that it stayed popped up, because it's going to have another layer on top of it. And I don't like my pieces to be saggy. I like to know that they're going to stay up. So I kind of dimensionaled a lot on this one. So I put 9. Alright, so let me get my little thing here. Take all these dimensional backings off. Oh, the Blumenthal virtual reality experience. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds like a really neat thing to go to. All right. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to line the corner to this corner and this corner to this corner as best I can. And just let it kind of fall down there. Pat it down. If you can see, I think you can see, yeah, it's popped up. So that is our first popped up layer. Then we're going to take our second layer and put some dimensionals on this one as well. Let's see. We'll do one more. Whoops. Some of these dimensionals lately have been sticking together. Alright, we're going to take this off. That sounds like a really cool thing to do, Amy. I have to look into that. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this corner to this corner and this corner to this corner. Let's see. There we go. And if you can see, we have our two different layers there. So they're popped up, a little bit popped up. That's a good way to look at it. Gives it kind of a neat little look there. Then I'm going to take my base here. We're also going to dimensional this up. And I would say this, if you mailed this one, I would put a little bit extra postage on it, but this is a good one to put with like a gift for the holidays. It's a really pretty card. I played around with this design for quite a while before I figured it out. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure this edge, the bottom edge, and this side edge are going to have the same amount going on each side here. And that's how I'm going to get it to be as close to even as I can. I'm just going to hold it here. There we go. Place it down there. There we go. So pretty. So pretty. Alright, so now we're going to do our sentiment. And for this, I used on my card Peace on Earth. And I actually did that in Shaded Spruce, which is one of my favorite colors. I just love it so much. It's just such a pretty green. And Peace on Earth. I always, here it is, have a hard time when they're, you have to see through it. You can't look on the back at what they are to figure out with the words and everything. Alright, so get this a little bit smaller one. I'm going to set this down here so I can try to get it straight. There we go. Push down. I got that on there. And I'm going to take my Shaded Spruce. Oh, hey Maria. How's she doing? I haven't seen her in a while. She was so much fun to craft with the one time that we went to, where did we go? We went to Panera. So I'm just going to ink this up. I just feel like it's not picking up all the ink there. There we go. I'm just going to do the best I can to put this in here straight. It's not necessarily a straight sentiment in general. Let's see, and I'm push that off there. You can kind of see it goes at a little bit of a slant, so it's hard to get it to be straight in general. So do the best that you can with that. All right, we'll set that over there. Close this. Somehow I got glitter on. I don't know how that happened because I don't really use glitter. Got that on my stamp pad. I'll have to get that off. All right. Now I'm also going to, there they are, dimensional this up. And I always like to make sure with the shaded spruce that it's dried, because I've had a couple times it didn't dry right away and I smeared it. Let's see, take these off. Then I'm just going to kind of nestle this back here. I'm going to stick this side down. I'm going to pick it up and kind of move it around to make sure that it's straight. There we go. How pretty. And I also use my Wink of Stella. It is a like a glitter, a shimmery glimmer, adds a shimmery glimmer to it. It's got this tip here, and you can just shake it, and then I just put it across the roof, the little caps here. Thank you, Debbie. It's such a fun card to make. Jen always says she has a hard time with seams, and I'm actually getting pretty good at them. I think it's one of my favorite things to do. But I am also finding out that I like to make my cards look like art as opposed to a card. That's nice, because I mean, it makes it really pretty. But it takes me a while with them. Yep, glitter girl. Yep. Yeah, we all like our glitter. I know when Annabelle was here, my niece, a couple months ago, we were making a card together, and she used the Wink of Stella. They actually have a little dog named Stella. She's cute as a button. A teeny tiny little, what is she? Is she a poodle? I can't remember. But she's teensy weensy. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of this and kind of outline down to make this snow kind of shimmer. And I hope you'll be able to see it on the camera. Kind of get it a little bit. I really like the pool party. I wish you could see it on camera, but I really like the outline of the pool party to give it kind of that definition with the snow. All right, get that there. Make sure that does not fall. My dog Dublin, actually, this is the second collar that he's chewed up of Winston's, my other dog. So thankfully I have an extra one, another extra one. So here we go. I don't know if you can see the shimmer or not. I don't think so. But it does, it just adds a little bit extra to it. She's a toy poodle. That's it. She was a poodle. I was right. And then for the embellishments, I'm actually going to do one of the birds here off of the adhesive, what are these called? Bird adhesive back dragonflies and birds. I keep all my extra pieces in the back, so I couldn't read what it said. But I thought this gave it a bit of a nice pop of gold. Let's see. So I'm just going to grab this, and I prefer to use this tool to the putty one. I can handle it a little bit better. I'm just going to stick him right here. There we go. How pretty. So cute. Love it. Alright, and now we're going to do our inside, which is in our envelope. Find my piece here. Where'd it go? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Here. Found it. I have stuff all over the place when I craft. Alright, so we're going to do our inside and our envelope, I always like to decorate both of those because I just think it's a little bit fun to be able to open it and have a little bit of something nice inside. Nice and festive. I'm going to hold this here. So I'm just going to put a tree. Make sure this is the right side. Yep. This is the envelope. Push down again. Then, oh, I stuck my finger in it. And always make sure you know which orientation you're doing your inside. I can't tell you how many times, and I still do it, I stamp it the wrong way. And then I get it all done and nice and pretty, and I have to redo it because I did it the wrong way. Sometimes I can make it work. It just depends on what it is that I stamped. Alright, so I'm going to get my blends here. So these are the Stampin' blends that we have. And this is the shaded spruce. I put tape on mine. It doesn't come with this. I put it on there. So I know that this side is the brush side. I don't know if you can see. There's a blunt side and a brush side. And I put the tape so I know which side is the brush side because I don't use that side. I prefer the blunt side here. And also when I take it places, I know it's mine. So I'm going to take the light shaded spruce first. And I'm just going to color this in here. Oh yeah, it drives me nuts when I do that. And when I make more than one card at a time, oh, and then I go back and I'm like, daggone it. I just did all those card insides and I did them the wrong way. Sometimes I'm able to flip it over, but especially if I color with the Stampin' blends, it tends to go through and I can't reuse it. But I guess then it gives me another excuse to make a different card that matches it. Alright, so there is that one. And these are super easy to use. And these are alcohol markers, and so it makes everything just look so much more pretty because it kind of blends in. That's Stampin' blends, they blend really nicely. Let's see. And I love these trees because they have, I don't know if you can tell, they have all these little lines in there to give it a little dimension once you color it in. But I actually also think, and I was thinking about this the other day, it would actually be really neat to make a card with this type of stamp set where you have to color it in, but make it where you don't color it and accent it in a different way other than the color part. I think that would be a fun challenge to do. I might do that. Alright, so I'm going to take the dark shaded spruce and I'm just going to go over these lines, basically trace these lines to make it have a little bit of dimension here. And when you put the dark on, it kind of blends itself in so you don't necessarily see that there's a divide from different colors. Let's do the bottom. Am I going through? I am. It's alright. I'll send this to somebody I know. A lot of times I put a piece of paper in here because if you can see it went through. But I forgot. I don't know if you can see that definition there. It's a little bit lighter and then a little bit darker. And this is what it's like when it's before it's had the dark shade on it. It really makes it so pretty. I just love these Stampin' blends. And at first I was kind of like, I'm not sure about these. And the more that I used them, the more I was like, okay, I need this color, I need this color, I need this color. Go around here. Perfect. so pretty. Then we're just going to take our card here. Make sure I don't have my ink pad open. And we're going to glue this down on the inside here. Oops, I got my sleeve in it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it so that it looks the same on this left, right, and center. And then make sure up here is the same, and then I can lay it down, and then it makes it pretty much in the center. Both of my boys are sleeping. All right, there we go. How pretty. I just love this card. It's such a fun card. It is a little bit complicated, but hopefully I made it easier for you to figure out how to make it. And I think this could work with a lot of different sets, even sets that you don't have to color, to do different layers and pop them up like this. I think it's a really nice, you can see, yeah, a really nice way to pop things up and give it a lot of dimension on a card. I just really, really love it. Thank you guys for hanging with me this afternoon. I'll be back on tomorrow at 6 p.m. I will be doing a, let's see, go back to this here, back to my face. Nope, wrong one, this one. I will be doing a holiday card tomorrow. I'm still working on it, so no sneak peek, but I'll be back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. I hope you're able to get on and watch. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I know it was a bit challenging when we made it as a team. Hopefully this made it a little bit easier to understand, being able to kind of see it go together. But I hope you join me tomorrow. We'll have a holiday card, and yeah, see you tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, rest of the afternoon. It's almost 4. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.